watch fans. We have an amazing episode for you today. We're doing a watch collection review. We haven't done these in a while, right? This is our from our famous series, Brutal Watch Collection Reviews. That's right, the Brutal Watch Collection Reviews are back. And if you want to get your collection reviewed, send an email to brutal watchreviews at gmail.com. But today we've got a treat for you. We're going to review the collection of our favorite tomato can, which is this Bark Jackoff. This gentleman, Bark Jackoff, who we haven't seen in a while. I think it's been a year, over a year. I think maybe 2 years. I think it was about 2 years since we reviewed his Explorer and his coffee drinking and the whole grift vibe that he's doing. So this guy, first of all, you should know he likes coffee. He loves coffee, right? You got to know this is the big thing. He's got the empty coffee cup. He's got this empty coffee cup that he holds in every video. Like it's some sort of pretext. Yeah, all these guys are so fugazi. They're all so fake and such poseurs. I mean, they got the setup there. They got to have the setup, the backdrop with, the trinkets. By the way, all these props, I think those are all fake cameras. I mean, he's got these vintage cameras. They put up the vintage cameras there. They put up like all these tchotchkes there. It's really goofy. I mean, sometimes they used to have like liquor bottles or something. I mean, like, what is the point? Is the point like he tells you, "Oh, I'm a Renaissance man. I have vintage film cameras that don't work. I have them there for." What is the whole idea? They all these grifters. They all have the same thing. They all do the same vibe, and they got but this guy takes it to another level because he's got the empty coffee cup, and he talks about drinking coffee. I guess they want to be relatable, right? He's trying to be like relatable. Hey, I'm just a regular guy. This is this guy's grift. This guy's grift is, they all have, each guy has his own like little niche, right? So this guy's grift is, he's like Mr. Relatable. He's got like the scruffy beard. He probably waits a couple of days just to get the right amount of stubble. And he's got, he looks like a slob in a fucking, what is this, like sweatshirt? I think he's trying to be like American or something. I mean, this guy lives in London, right? He's from like, like I would say, what is it? A posh family? Is it posh? I don't know. But he went to posh schools, like we know, right? But this guy, and I don't know they don't drink coffee. I mean, they drink tea. This guy should be drinking tea. I know they do. I know the coffee thing is like, I think it's like some sort of American pretense that they try to do, like, so that they look more advanced, these English. By the way, all the English, you know where the Australians came from, right? All the Bogans, Archie Luxury, all those guys, the kangaroo fuckers. All the kangaroo fuckers, okay, came from England. That's right. That's the worst of England was shipped over to Bougainville, aka Australia. That's why you got Archie Luxury. You got all those guys that you see on the Chomo channels. But this is like, it's all from, this is the DNA. This is the DNA of it. This Bukiak over here. So let's review his collection. Again, he's got the empty coffee cup. And I guess the theme is, low value content. Okay, changing my watch. This is he's doing like the Archie Luxury. I mean, these guys are out of ideas. They got nothing to talk about. Right? I mean, look, thank God we have, our channel has a real sponsor. We got exactly penal. A lot of these guys know all about the penal. And we have our good sponsor, which is Amir Al-Thani of Qatar, right? The Qatar Sovereign Wealth Fund has generously, invested in our channel. Have sent us $20 million, just to get us going for the month because we have high production values, right? So, alhamdulillah, we have Amir Al-Thani, and so this is what's going on, so we can, we're able to do high quality content for you. So let's review this collection. Let's review Bukiakistan. This guy is literally in Bukiakistan. Let's see what he's got. So on the wrist, okay, to start off with, of course, he's got the basic bitch submariner, black submariner, some sort of basic bitch Rolex. he's trying to be the whole American thing. Okay, I mean, okay, let's go.
Knowing at what point do you let a watch go that you feel like you've fallen out of love with it? And then how do you identify what it is you're going to get next? And that's what I want to talk about today. What's going to happen to my watch collection?
He's very earnest. They try to be very earnest. I think he's trying to do that whole Hugh Grant grift. You ever see those movies with the Hugh Grant in the 90s? He's all like earnest and like, that whole thing. It's
in 2026. There's been a bit of change with my watch collection over the past year. A couple of things have gone, a couple of things have come in. I guess mainly my Explorer's gone and my Breitling's here. And I guess
the Explorer's gone. He got rid of this is the watch. That was the watch that we first reviewed. Hang on a second. His Explorer. Okay, it's gone. I thought this was the ultimate watch. I thought perfect watch. Why is it gone? Adrian, how could you let this go? This is like, look at this. They got the shot. All these guys, they do the shot with the watch. They're putting the hand in their pocket. They got the hand in their pocket with the sleeve roll. All these grifters on Instagram, this is the shot. This is the whole thing, right? Like, now, what is he doing in his pocket, right? Now, the guy has a hole in his pocket. Confucius say, man with hole in pocket feel cocky all day. You think about that. Let that sink in.
Breitling's here. And I guess that kind of set.
This guy's got a Breitling. He's got a Breitling now.
It's a precedent of where I want my collection to go next. One of the watches that I've been wanting to move.
Where do you want it to go next? I mean, this guy's been on the grift. Oh, we got all the aristocrats here. We got the Duke Omar. We got Marcelo. We got Marcelo phoning in from, I don't know, Bukiakistan or Chomostan somewhere. We got all the winners here. Now, this guy Marcelo actually has real watches. You would never believe it, but this guy, actually, we got two major collectors. Ironically, we have two major collectors. Ironically, Marcelo, of course, has got he's got the Daytona Le Mans. I think he's got multiple Le Mans and the Meteorite submariner, if I'm not mistaken, or something. But the Le Mans, which is like the most desirable Daytona. He got it in Japan. He had to perform fellatio. Actually, he did not have to perform fellatio. He had to do nothing. This tells you what's going on with these Rolex ADs, as they say. And the Duke Omar got a Richard Mille, a highly desirable Richard Mille, also without having to perform any sexual favors or take these ADs out to lunch, buy him coffee, bring him donuts. All this bullshit that you hear. You know why? Because when you join the channel, they can smell the aristocracy on you. Now, guys, if you want to become an aristocrat, all you got to do is click that button at the bottom of the video that says join. And for $4.95, you can become a baron. Okay, you can become a real baron, a real aristocrat, not like this Bukiak on the screen here, who's like some sort of peasant.
For a very long time, literally years, is my Omega Seamaster. Now it's not
okay. This is okay. I'm going to go through this guy because I'm not interested in what he's got to say. Here's an example of what not to do. Okay, this is AKA the Omega Semenmaster. Pure garbage. I'm not really interested in his. It looked like he's going to talk about it for 5 minutes. It's on the wrist. Okay, let's keep going. He's got this piece of garbage.
I got a head-turning silhouette from a breathtaking 268 horsepower. The Audi A5 brings the thrill to every turn.
Hang on. Look at this. We got ads from Audi.
Yeah, from a movement point of view.
Audi. Hang on a second. We got, look at this. We got real aristocrat. We got Mike Lewis, the JLC man. What are we driving? We're driving the Bentley. We're driving the Bentley this week. That's right. The wheels are fixed. The wheels are fixed from getting cracks from the California potholes. That's right, California potholes. Imagine this. You got a state, the wealth. It's like the wealthiest state in the country. The roads, they got holes in the roads that destroy your wheels. And then they got cops driving around that give you a ticket for going 10 miles over the speed limit. I mean, that's the state of California. So yes, unbelievable tree. Believe it or not, it's been an unbelievable car. But let me tell you why it's good. Because the Germans are making it. The old joke, what's a perfect world? You got what is it? The cars are made by the Germans, the police are English, the lovers are Italian, and the food is made by the French, right? And what's hell? The lovers are German. Are German. The policemen are what is it? You understand. You get the idea. BMW Chomo stand. BMW is 100% Chomo stand. Oil leaks. That's an Archie mobile.
But from what?
No. Oh, you got me confused. No. Hold on. Bentley is made by Volkswagen. That's right. That motor, it's a W12. It came from the VW Phaeton. That was the best car VW made because the CEO of VW, Hans Piech, he was a very competitive guy, and he wanted to basically say, hey, VW is just as good as Mercedes, and we're going to sell a car for 150 grand in America. It was a great car. The problem is no Americans are going to pay 100 grand for a VW. Come on, get it. So they made it a Bentley, and that's why the car is unbelievable. No problems. It's the most reliable car ever, and it can go 200 miles an hour. That's right. My speedometer says 200. My speedometer says 200 on it.
I want from a dive watch, it really does cover that base.
Yeah, okay. Now,
and I guess that's.
So this is Bukiak. Okay, here it comes. Okay, you see this? Okay, he's got the strap. He's got to spruik the strap. Okay, he's got the strap. This is made by little children, little 5-year-old Chinese children. Okay, in China. Have you heard of China? You know where China is? So this guy, this Bark Jack, he makes these straps in China. They're made by 5-year-old kids. Now you can get these straps on Alibaba. I mean, literally, we Googled it. That's right, we Googled it. These straps come from Alibaba. You can get them for like 20 cents. These are 20-cent straps. And what this guy does is he gets the Chinese children to engrave this thing that says Bark Jackoff, okay? And now he's able to sell that 19-cent strap for $20 or something. Okay, so this guy is ripping you off. Okay? This is his website where you go to get ripped off, Bark Jackoff, okay? And this is what it looks like on the wrist when you have a Bukiakistani watch. This is what it looks like. You got this. I can't believe these guys are still spooking this bullshit for, how long has it been? When did this get started, this fad with it? I think, who started? Another Englishman, another guy from Kakistan, which was the Dirty Sanchez guy. What's his name? What's that guy? Another fake aristocrat. The urban gentry, the urban homos. Okay, that urban gentry guy. That guy is a Bukiak. We haven't heard from him in a while. That was the Archie ripoff guy. Black base, semenmasters. Yeah, he's exactly. He's a simp. He's a simp. This guy's a simp and a Bukiak. Now okay. Listen, if this guy was a real, listen. What's the point? Look, this is a grift. Okay, these guys, all these so-called watch experts, they're all watch experts. By the way, they're all watch experts. That's what they want you to know. They're watch experts. How come if they're such watch experts, how come none of them own a perpetual calendar watch, which is the ultimate watch? How come none of these guys have a perpetual calendar? I'm not even talking about a Patek Philippe, okay? I'm not even talking about a Patek. How about a JLC? How come none of these guys ever got even a JLC perpetual, which is a decent watch, by the way? I mean, even the Colonel would have gotten a JLC, but, we didn't. But how come none of these guys own a perpetual calendar? None of them. Because they're not real watch people. They're basically dick riders, okay? This guy's riding dicks. He's a simp for Omega or whatever these Bukiaki watches are. Look at this. Again, he's got to show you. Okay, see, he's basically trying to rip off the working class man, because look at this. He's showing you the Omega. What is it called? The Smurfy, whatever it's called, the Swatch bullshit. He's basically he's taking advantage of the working class. That's what it is. This whole pretense. This guy's went to these posh British schools where they had a lot of the all that all the gay stuff that goes on there. These British schools, a lot of spanking. There's a lot of spanking and all sorts of a lot of weird stuff goes on at these British boarding schools. And so now we're not saying it, but you know where I'm going with this, right? It's a whole British thing. There's a lot of homoerotic stuff going on there, and But he's the common man. He's like from Brixton or something. Yeah, he's got the tracksuit. He's hanging out at the pub. He's got the empty coffee cup. Yeah, there we go.
To be strategic might sound so cold. Considered purchase. I think that's what I'm trying to get to. For a long time, I've been eyeing up chronographs. Keep going.
Should we listen to what this guy has to say? Okay, he's eyeing chronographs. Okay,
Going to the Speedmasters, and then I keep thinking about that Zenith Chronomaster, that's the Chronomaster original that I got in full review. That keeps coming to mind. So there's most definitely space for a chronograph in my collection. I want to stop getting
the space. I need a chronograph in the space. I gotta, fill it in with the chronograph. Yeah. For what? What are you gonna time? What are you gonna time? That you gonna make coffee? You're timing your coffee making? I mean, this book. Yeah. What are you gonna time? How long you're lasting in bed? 93 seconds.
Caught by the new shiny things. When a brand launches something, a brand that I like, a brand that I'm a fan of, I need this in my collection. I want.
Okay. It needs. Okay. This is like the Archie. Look how he's talking for 8 minutes back. I mean, my review is lasting longer than his thing. Look at this. Again, the grift. Is he getting? Listen, all these guys are getting kickbacks. They're getting their back door greased up. Okay, all these guys, all these fake influencers, these fake experts, they're all getting greased up by these brands, okay? All of them. This guy, Justin Haste, I don't know what you call him. You got all these bums, okay? All these bums are on the payroll, okay? This is the only honest channel. That's right. This channel you're all watching right now, this is the only honest watch channel. Our sole support comes from viewers like you. We're like PBS, okay? Our support comes from viewers like you. We depend on viewers like you to send donations. And it happens to be that one of our viewers is the Emir of Qatar. That's Al-Thani, Emir Al-Thani. And the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Qatar has generously sent us a contribution of $20 million, which takes us through the month. Now, guys, this is January. Our budget is done. I mean, we've spent all the money. These videos cost a lot of money to produce, very high production value. So we need money from you. We need money from viewers like you. We depend on viewers like you to donate, to send the donations. Mike Lewis has not made a donation in a very long time. This mooch bum, this crumb bum, with his JLC reversal, he's flexing here. He hasn't even made a $5 donation in months. We're going by here. Okay, let's see.
It's the greatest. I started my collection with a passion for vintage, and I feel like I now have a very modern watch collection. I guess one of my oldest watches is on my wrist, my submariner.
What a shock! Oh my God! Oh, what a shock! Oh, okay. By the way, I just figured it out. Okay, just hit me. I'm a little bit slow. I just got it. Okay, this is called the Starbucks. You get it? He's into coffee, guys. You understand? I'm sure that's the connection, right? Like, and I think Starbucks, if I'm not mistaken, Starbucks. In third world countries, like Starbucks is like a big flex because it means that you're like, if you're walking around carrying like a Starbucks to-go cup, actually, I think it's only to go, actually. If you're walking around on the street carrying like a Starbucks cup, it means like you're with it, you're like, you're like hip and cool. And that's the part of the thing. So this is the whole coffee pretense. Which is kind of funny, right? Like, this is the irony because, interestingly, I'll tell you something funny. The first time I actually was in a Starbucks, it was a real experience. It really was. It was my first time ever. And how long ago was this? This must have been in 1990 or something, like 1990 in Chicago. I was like 16. And by the way, so it was the store at the John Hancock building. I was living in Chicago. I'm working there in the summer in the commodities business, and and I would go there. I was like, wow, listen, I'm 16. I feel very sophisticated. I go to Starbucks, I have a cappuccino, and they gave it to you. By the way, the counters, they were marble, beautiful marble counters. Nice, like seating, like I think like bistro, those bistro type chairs you have in Italy, France, excuse me, those French bistro type chairs, and and the coffee came in a, if I remember, it wasn't paper. It was like a porcelain cup. It was a legitimate porcelain cup, and it wasn't cheap. It was like it might have been like $2 or something, which was a lot of money back then. $2 or $2.50 was a lot of money. I loved that place. And then and from what I understand, I actually listened to an interview with that guy. What's his name? That other grifter from what do you call it? It's an investment. This guy, what's his name? The guy who started Starbucks. Well, he ran it, whatever. Great businessman. What's his name? Whatever his name is. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. The guy who was the CEO of Starbucks. And it was fascinating the way he built it up. The whole story. He was connected with Bill Gates. His father was it was a really interesting story. Yeah, you got to check it out. Whatever his name is. And he talks about actually that was one of their first stores outside of Seattle is Chicago. And then from there, they kind of ramped it up. Now, interestingly, I remember they opened one up in Manhattan, right? This was like the first store. If I remember, they had a few, but I remember I went to the one on it was on 54th Street and was it First Avenue or 54th? I think it was 54th and First Avenue, which is kind of a weird location because it's not a big store. And this is where I'd go on dates. I mean, because it was cheap, right? Like it was kind of sophisticated, right? You're 18. Howard Schultz, that's the guy. That's the guy. So Howard Schultz, yeah. So this is, for $5 you can have a date, with a girl, right? Drinking coffee. Yeah. But he talks about Howard Schultz talks about the fact that it became a big deal in third world countries, these Bukyakistani places, that if you were walking around with that empty cup, that's like a cool thing. It's a status symbol. Like in, I don't know, wherever, like in France or not France, whatever, like China, whatever shithole countries, like London, the stand, whatever shithole countries they opened stores in, it became this is what this guy does. So I bet this Adrian Bukyakistani, he fell for this. So he fell for this, and this is why this is an homage to the Starbucks. This green and black with the disgusting.
But I have a very modern Breitling. I've got a very modern Omega. I've got a very modern IWC. I've got a modern Explorer 2. And I feel like I want more nostalgic stuff.
Okay. Oh shit! What happened? Okay, this tells you everything you know about
vintage. I feel like that's where my
what's going on with this thing starts. Everything you know about this guy is right here. This moron, he's violated all the rules of proper watch collection.
I guess one of my oldest watches is on my wrist, my Submariner.
Every one of his watches is a steel shitter, Rolex, whatever it is. It's a steel. They're all steel shitters, and they're all the same fucking watch. They're all dive watches. Now, has this guy ever gone diving? Where has this guy gone diving? In a swimming pool? I mean, where's this guy? He's in a bathtub with his boyfriend. I mean, where does this guy go diving?
But I have a very modern Breitling.
Why would the guy? Okay, hold on a second. This makes no sense. If you already have the submariner, which let's just put it aside. But if you already have a submariner, why would you want to have a shitter watch when you already have? Let's use the word icon. What's known to be a good dive watch, the submariner. Why would you go? It's almost like, this guy reminds me of like Hugh Grant. This guy's a Hugh Grant wannabe. It's like Hugh Grant was banging Elizabeth Hurley. Okay, Elizabeth Hurley in the 90s. Anybody remember Elizabeth Hurley in the 90s? You Google Elizabeth Hurley Versace dress. You Google that image, Elizabeth Hurley Versace dress. She was like the hottest woman on the planet, right? And he's banging Elizabeth Hurley. And you know what? He says, you know what? Look, let me see what else is out there. And he goes driving down the Sunset Strip in LA and picks up the ugliest black streetwalker, which was Divine Brown. That was her name. Divine Brown. We're going to have to look at this. We get a real baron here. 1 year of aristocracy. Exactly. The two-tone Tag Heuer with the rose gold and the black is actually a beautiful watch. we'll put aside the whole Tag Heuer. Well, it's a beautiful watch. It is a beautiful watch. The rose gold black, it makes the watch. Rose gold black. It's a legitimate watch, right? Hang on a second. Let's see. We got yeah. So anyway, so this is what happened. This is what happened. So this is like, this guy is basically like, you got Elizabeth Hurley, and then you got to go for Divine Brown. I mean, you Google it. This, it's an English thing. They're all basically, something goes on in these boarding schools with the spankings and the whole thing. That whole thing. Listen, that whole thing where they had the KGB guys in the MI6 or whatever, the whole thing in the 60s, the big spy scandal. These guys were all basically homosexuals in the Secret Service. It's a whole upper class British thing. The British Empire was built on rum, buggery, and the lash. You know what buggery is? You don't know what buggery is? You Google buggery.
I've got a very modern Omega. I've got a very modern IWC. I've got a modern Explorer 2.
This is like all redundant shitter watches. I mean, these are all basic. Okay, I just realized something. It could be this guy might be playing 4D chess. I just figured it out. This whole thing is a scam. This is all for show. These watches, this is stuff he shows the public because this is what the masses want. This is what the masses want to see. The masses, they can't relate to a Patek Philippe. They don't know what a perpetual calendar is. They don't know these things. But you show them a Rolex. It's like monkeys. They do that. It's basically for monkeys. It's for the average. So what this guy does is, that's the grift. Okay, guys, this guy is actually smarter than I thought he was. This guy is a what do you call it? Playing 4D chess. He's playing 4D chess. Yeah, Elizabeth Hurley. And this guy, hang on a second. I'm going to Google Divine Brown. I'm going to Google. Hang on. Oh, look at this. We got all the barons here. I'm going to throw out a thing here. We got to get some guests. We got to get some guests. We got, it's hard to get guests. I mean, it's very hard on this channel to get proper guests. Anyway, that's right. Oh, we got Watch Nicholas. Yeah, that's right. This guy, I think this guy is a Mossad agent. That's right. I think this Adrian Barker is a Mossad agent. That's what's going on here. This is what's going on. We got to get our good friend Candace Owens. I think she can, uncover the whole conspiracy. She can uncover the conspiracy. We got Baron von Noob. He's working. This guy is working at, it's got to be like 3 a.m. I think he might be in the sex working business. He's in the Netherlands. He probably manages all those booths in the red light district. He's a manager. He's a big manager of the red light district booths, which is a must see. It's a must visit when you're there. Anyway, so this guy, here's the grift. The grift is this Adrian Barker guy. These are watches that he uses as like a marketing thing, just to show you, like he's a regular guy. He's relatable. His real watch collection is probably, it could be, it's probably like Patek minute repeaters. He's made a lot of money selling these shitter watch straps. This guy's made a lot of money scamming the punters out there. He's got 348,000 subscribers. Unbelievable. This channel is probably the world's greatest watch channel, and we got 17 people watching. I mean, we got 17. I mean, they're all aristocrats. Let's be real here. But we got we got Emir Altani. We got King Charles also, for sure. King Charles is watching. We got what's his name also is watching. The son. The what's his name? Harry, not Harry. William, the guy, the real guy. The William is a big fan of our channel, and most of the European royalty is actually subscribers to the channel. But this guy, all these watches is for it's for a show. This guy, he's a fugazi. This is all stuff that he's showing just so he can suck in all the peasants. He's basically trying to suck in all the peasants. And all the money he gets from the peasants, he buys minute repeaters with. He goes to Asprey probably. He's probably buying watches at Asprey. Oh shit! Look at what he's talking. He's talking about the Breguet. This is okay. So basically, so this is what he's considering this is the Archie luxury shitter. Okay, Archie luxury shitter garbage.
I want to get an old dress watch, like a
I want to get an old dress watch. Oh yeah,
scratched up, battered dress watch. I have no
scratched up because I'm a regular guy. Yes.
idea what direction I would go with a dress watch, but I'd want something that has.
By the way, that watch was kind of cool back in the day. I actually almost bought one. It was a I see one on Chrono. There's a guy in Barcelona, and I happened to be in Barcelona, and actually I went to Spain specifically to pick up. Actually, I think I picked up, what is it? Oh, you know what? You know what came from Spain? The Audemars Piguet, the Royal Oak, the owl. The Royal Oak owl is actually was from Cadiz, of all places. Cadiz. You know where Cadiz is? At the bottom of Spain. And I was in Spain because I actually wanted to look at a couple of watches that at the time they had some stuff on Chrono. And I got to Madrid, but by the time, like, Cadiz was really middle of nowhere. Like, I'm like, shit, because I don't like to fly. I want to take the trains. I went as far down as what is it called? Where did I go? Seville. Seville. How do they pronounce? I really don't like their accent. Where they do that lisping sound. It's very weird. But anyway, I was going to go to Cadiz, but I didn't. Anyway, I got the watch. The watch is from Cadiz. But I was in Barcelona because a guy had one of these, the Galbay, which I thought was kind of a cool 80s watch. It was 2,000 euros. And I thought, shit, how can I go wrong? 2,000 euros. I show up at the store. It's one of these, like, I don't know, Compra Oro places. I guess it's like a pawnbroker or something. And the place is closed. I mean, like, what the I had to walk. I walked like an hour to get there. It's closed. Anyway, so I missed that watch, which is fine. He mentions Calatrava. Listen, this Bukiak, you would think this Bukiak would at least maybe think about, okay, a dress watch. Why doesn't he maybe get like a day date on a strap? One of his straps, he could put one of his stupid straps that's made out of cat scrotums. That's right, cat scrotums. It's made out of cat scrotum leather, or used IKEA bags. Is Archie Luxury here? Is Archie? Yes, he's here. He's probably watching the show. But this Bukiak is. So let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got.
There's enough wrist presence to be a daily watch, but also feel fancy enough that it can be dressed up. I will. I mean, this is pretty much how I dress 90% of the time. So I want a watch that would work with jeans and a sweater. I really.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. He must be watching. He's obviously an admirer of the Duke because he's got the JLC. He's got the JLC dual time. That's right, the JLC dual time. The JLC dual time first featured on this channel a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't know. That's right. One of the Colonel's favorite watches, which needs to be repaired. And I actually brought it into the watchmaker. But at first, actually, I have this guy. I gave this watchmaker. I figured, like, I don't want to give the guy two watches. I don't want to give him two watches. I don't want to give. So I figured, let me throw him another dual time. He's actually repairing the Asprey Piaget. After that, I'm going to give him the JLC. That's what we're going to do. But yeah, this is it's interesting. As soon as the guy saw the watch, as soon as he saw my JLC, he goes, "Oh, Patek Philippe." He got it confused, but but this movement is used by Vacheron, Audemars Piguet, and of course JLC. Maybe not. I don't think Patek, but this, everybody uses this movement.
We enjoy that look of something fancy, maybe gold, and that works with being dressed down.
Listen, it took this guy, how long have we been talking about gold watches on a strap? How long have we been talking about it on this channel? How long have we been talking about this? For 2 years? Now this Bukiak is finally getting, have you noticed none of these guys ever get into a trend early? I think these guys are all watching our channel. They're watching our channel, and 2 years later, you get this other Bukiak, that Justin Hast guy, that other, he's like the twin. They're Bobbsey twins. You got that Justin Hast or Hast, same thing. He's got the same shtick. They got the Laffy Taffy. He's giggling like a 12-year-old girl. The whole thing, laughing, and he's been following our channel because look what he's gotten. He's gotten into the ellipse recently, the vintage ellipse. He's got what else? He got the Royal Oak Owl. He's definitely a follower of the channel. That Justin has. But he did make a horrible mistake. He got that stupid Aquanaut. Oh, what a Chomo watch. Listen, Justin Hast. Listen, I have some hope for Justin Hast. I don't know. Is that how you pronounce it? I think that Justin Hast guy at least kind of gets it. He's actually like an intelligent guy. He's like I don't know if he's intelligent, but at least he makes an effort. He works hard. That Justin Hast guy. Justin Hast should have had a Patek 3940 by now. He should have had a Patek Perpetual Calendar instead of that stupid Aquanaut, which is like yesterday's news. Yes, that's yesterday's trend. He's jumped onto that thing 5 years too late. That 90s Aquanaut, that's a bullshit watch. It's a garbage watch. And by the way, these guys are all making big money. Don't let these guys fool you with their whole like, oh shucks, whatever. These guys are on the grift, okay? They're also, a lot of them make extra money by how shall we say this? Providing companionship services. That's right. They're providing companionship services. We know, for example, Watch Nicholas has gotten money from Cougars. He got wires for $5,000 from a certain Cougar. All these guys, they all go in the grift, and they're basically virtual gigolos. You got that grifter of Venice, the grifter of Venice. The monkey eyebrows, grifter of Venice. That's the Irishman living in Venice. The colonizer. That Bukiak, he basically at the end, right around the 29th of the month, every month, like clockwork, he starts telling, oh, it's hard. He does the whole Archie thing, the e-begging thing. And this guy, he's like a virtual gigolo. He gets money from these old ladies. Old ladies send this guy money. And all these watch influencers, I don't know. I think I'm the only guy who hasn't been able to get onto the virtual gigolo grift. All these guys are getting money from old ladies. All of them. Archie Luxury, Artem Pizdets, Tim Wright, and what's his name? Watch Nicholas, Juanita, that Juan and Kino, that's Opus. Now, Opus and Tom was a tranny. He was Opus and Tom. Juanita was actually a transvestite, a transvestita, prostituta, transvestito, prostituta con gonorrhea. So Juan and Kino, that guy, Opus and Tom, that guy, he was a hubcap thief in the 80s, okay? And then in the 90s, he became a tranny prostitute, okay? All the Puerto Ricans, by the way, this is 100% fact. The two things that they're into, by the way, you guys, you Google this. Incesto, you know what incesto, los incestos is? You Google los incestos. You know what cucarachas are? Cucarachas? So they're into incestos, incest, and also transvestites. Most of them are into, seriously, it's a big thing. I mean, it's a big thing. A lot of these guys are either having sex with their daughter, their brother, the brother is fucking the sister. It's all. You guys ever see that joke, the Aristocrats? You Google Aristocrats on YouTube, the Aristocrats joke with Gilbert Gottfried. That's what goes on in La Isla del Cucaracha. So Juan Aquino was a transvestita prostituta in the 90s. And where did he work? Right where Rolex has their flagship boutique in Manhattan now, in the meat packing district. That's right, the meat packing district. You Google it, the meat packing district. In the 90s, they had all the, late at night, like early in the morning, like from 4 a.m. to 9, from 4 to 9 a.m. That's when the trucks would bring in the meat into the city, the wholesale butchers, and all the trannies. Seriously, all the tranny prostitutes would hang out there, and they would turn tricks with these butchers, and I don't know, whoever was driving. So that's where he worked. And you know what's really sad? I'll tell you what's sad is I don't know, in the Puerto Rican community, they don't respect their elders in the Puerto Rican community. It's not like the Asians, you know. In China, okay, your kids take care of you, they respect you. It's a whole thing, right? Not in Puerto Rico, not in La Isla de la Cucaracha. So this guy, imagine this. This guy worked all his life stealing hubcaps, being a tranny prostitute, and now he's like in his 70s, and he's falling apart. The guy's already definitely losing it, right? And he's embarrassing himself every day. He's embarrassing himself every day on YouTube, talking about our channel and lying, and gaslighting you, making up price. This guy's a very, very jealous hater. And the shame of it is that his family, his kids, grandkids, they're not, putting him into a home. That's the shame. They're letting him embarrass himself and the family by coming up with these ridiculous. What is it? Seriously, this Juanita is a disgrace, not just to his family, but the whole La Isla de la Cucaracha. If it's possible to be even more of a disgrace. Baron von Noob. This is a very astute observation. Very astute observation. Yeah, the peasants are waking up to gold now because, the gold watches, they just realized it now because all of a sudden they see gold is going to 5,000. It'll be close to 6,000 very shortly, and then it's going to collapse. But they see the prices exploding. I mean, they should have been buying 10 years ago. They should have been buying 15 years, 5 years ago. Now they're just waking up to the gold. Oh, I see these guys. This is the problem with the peasants. The problem with the peasants is they're always late. The problem is they're always a day late and $1 short. That's right. Bag holders. They're bag holders. This Juanita is spooking gold and silver now. By the way, silver is basically what all the peasants buy. This guy is going to be loading up. He goes to Costco. This chomo Juanita and Kino, he goes to Costco to buy an ounce of gold every month or something like that. This guy is going to be buying. He's going to be loading up at the top. Let me tell you something. The price is going to collapse. These guys are going to be holding it for the next 30 years, okay? Their great-great-grandchildren, their great-great-grandchildren are going to be selling those coins for, $1,500. I mean, listen, gold is going to collapse down. It's going to go to 2,000. It should be. Listen, I've been very bullish on gold for many years. Gold stock, coins, everything. The deal is this: gold should be $2,500 today. That's where it should be based on all the fundamentals. It costs $1,300 to pull that out of the ground for most of the big mining companies. Okay, they can pull out as much as they want, and then you got all the old ladies who are selling their gold. All these boomers, they're selling gold right now. It's getting melted. So there's a lot of supply coming onto the market. Also, you got all these retired chain snatchers. You got all these Puerto Rican chain snatchers from the Bronx. They were snatching chains on the A train in the 80s, in the 70s and 80s. You guys ever see that movie? What is it? The Escape from the Bronx or something, right? Yeah. You ever see that? What's that movie? What the hell is it called? With Charles Bronson. You guys ever see those Charles Bronson movies from the 70s? The Charles Bronson movies, that was going on in Manhattan, right? So let me tell you something. All these old Puerto Rican chain snatchers that moved down to Miami, like Juan and Kino, they're going through their closets and all the chains that they stole in the 80s. They're bringing those in to get melted. So there's going to be a lot of supply coming in the market. Believe me, there's no shortage of gold. But it will peak very soon at a big price, and that'll be the end. And then that's when the colonel will dump all his gold.
I need to get myself a new Explorer, not the most recent.
Oh, he's like this guy is like Archie Luxury 2.0. He's basically repeating the same mistakes. But again, this could be 4D chess. This could be 4D chess. This guy This guy, I think what the grift could be is he's playing stupid. He's playing like this. Hey, I'm just a relatable bloke. Hey, I'm just a relatable bloke. I go to the pub every day. We go to the pub every day at 5. This guy probably has a collection of Patek Philippe minute repeaters in private. That's what he has in private. This reminds me. There's one guy I know who's a very, 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 very big art collector. He's got great, amazing paintings, amazing paintings, right? It's a family. It's a family of art collectors. They got amazing stuff, right? But what's their business? You know what their business is? They sell shit art. They sell like posters of kittens. They sell posters of kittens, and they sell cheap frames to the rubes. Okay, they sell to the peasants. They sell kitten posters to the peasants. But what do they collect it with the money that they make? Picasso, Mondrian, good stuff. Interesting, Larry Gagosian started off by selling posters of kittens on the streets of LA. Unbelievable, true.
Version of the Explorer, the current range. I want to get the one previous, the 114270.
Oh, he wants to get the previous. Oh, because he's unique. He's unique.
For me, that is the ultimate version of the Explorer.
Ultimate
and I think that's
tomato
what the Explorer as the best design of watch. I just think it's the thing that's
okay. Now, hold on. Okay. Now you know where this is going. I mean, this guy, what you're seeing in this video is the greatest hits of every shitter watch. He's showing you every shitter watch. I mean, the stuff that he's actually considering is every shitter watch. Not the good stuff, not that JLC.
Too. Now, there's a cluster.
By the way, the JLC that he showed on the screen, he's going to get the steel version instead of the rose gold or the yellow gold or the white. He's going to get the steel version because he's a tomato can. By the way, the gold, that watch, I mean, you could have bought that watch for nothing. And now, I think Duke Omar got one for $6,000 in white gold. $6,000, $6,500 in white gold. Unbelievable. You flip, you can pull off that case, the Hunter case in the back. It's a solid piece of gold. That thing weighs an ounce. So you can pull that off and melt that, and you've paid for the watch. No, but this guy, he's a bukyak. He's going to get a steel watch.
Of watches that I see as being supermodel watches, as in they are just outright gorgeous, like the Vacheron Constantin 1921.
Okay, there you go. Another. This is the watch that all these bukyaks were talking about a year ago. You know who I think bought one? Speaking of bukyaks, JJ Bukyak. That's right, JJ Bukyak. You know who that is? Watch Nicholas knows who JJ Bukyak is. Watch Nicholas doesn't come on our channel. By the way, I got your invoice. What do you send me an invoice a month later? This Bukyak, this tomato can says I didn't even open it yet. I'm going to open it in a day or so. A month later, this guy sends me an invoice. This guy did shitty work. He's going to get paid, but he did shitty work. Very lazy. Didn't do any research. He popped up on the. This is what happens. This guy is a professional gigolo. He's getting thousands of dollars a month from cougars and milfs. Okay, this Watch Nicholas, he's getting thousands of dollars from cougars, milfs, and farmers in the Midwest. That's right. This guy's gotten thousands of dollars from this mech, Big Meech or something, who gave him like $2,000 for his used sneakers. That's right. He's buying used underwear from Watch Nicholas. I don't know why, but this guy's buying used underwear and used sneakers from Watch Nicholas. Well, this is everything you need to know. Everything you need to listen. Everything you need to know about these bukyaks, about this cat scrotum strap seller is summarized in this photo right here. He's got, look at this. Oh, look at this. He's showing you the wrist shot. He's got his hands in his pocket. He's got his hands in his pocket and he's got the sweater. Yeah, have you noticed all these chomos, they all do the same shot on Instagram? Every one of these chomos, they got the shot, they got the hand in the pocket, and they got the sweater. And you know what they're doing? You know what the hand is doing in the pocket, right? Because they got the hole in their pocket. They got a hole in their pocket, and they're stroking themselves while they take this picture. That's what goes on.
Absolutely beautiful. The curves, the artistic, just offset dial. There's so many elements of this which I find 57mm Royal Oak, and it fit like a glove. And then you have watches like Laureato, stunning machine.
I don't know what's going on with this guy. How do you compare from? He's talking about the AP Royal Oak, which a legitimate watch. It's overhyped now, whatever. I mean, this guy should have gotten on the Royal Oak bandwagon 8 years ago, 7 years ago, 5 years, 6 years. You could have gotten a vintage Royal Oak for cheap. This guy could have gotten a vintage Royal Oak. He could have gotten the Owl in two-tone for under 10 grand. Now look what he's chasing, a Gerard Perregaux Chromo watch. He's Chromo watcher.
But I feel, I've often thought about these kinds of watches, and I wonder, would I wear it? Would it get worn as much as an Explorer? Would I get as much enjoyment from it?
Look how much he's got to think about it. It's very thoughtful. He's going through the whole thing. I mean, this guy is such a fucking poseur.
That watch, as I would with watches in my current collection. Now,
I feel like he's got to rub his head. This guy's such a bad actor. This guy's like, I think he's like a failed actor or something. You know that he probably had a poster of Hugh Grant in his bedroom when he was growing up that he was masturbating to at night, and he said, I want to be just like Hugh Grant, and he does the whole cheap Hugh Grant version.
I just feel like I've got the modern stuff done. I've got enough modern. I want some older bits and pieces. I want to go a little dressier as well. You guys, I want to hear where you are going with your watch collection. Are you going dressy? Are you going modern?
I want to hear. Give me your feedback. Leave your comments here, guys. I need to hear. Let me know what you. I want to know your opinion here because we need to get some. Okay, let's look. Okay, let's look at look at this. Look at this Chomo. His video has got 26,000 views. You know what? I look. Oh, he's got the ads for his shitter straps. You know what? Listen, I think I had an epiphany. I think I may have to. I think we may have to do the Chomo pivot. This channel needs to pivot to Chomo watches. I think this highbrow stuff. This highbrow stuff is not working. We can't. We're gonna dump the Patek talk. We're gonna go all in on G-Shock and Omega and Chuda. I think that's because this guy's getting 26,000 views. This is Bukyak. He's got 26,000 views. And look he's got 300 comments. Look at this. Look at all these comments. Look at all these Bukyaks. I mean, this is look at this. Oh my God, look at this. What's the phrase? This is what I was told. Okay, if you want to get rich, the phrase is this: if you want to get rich, sell to the masses, eat with the classes. Okay, you got to sell to the masses. The money is in selling to the hoi polloi. You got to pivot to the hoi polloi, the unwashed, the riffraff, the peasants, the rubes, the Wanankinos in their trailer parks in Miami and Doral area. You got to get those the mass market. And then in private, then you can. I think that's what we do. We're gonna pivot. I think our next video we're gonna be doing reviews about what do you call it? What's the ultimate Chomo watch? I think Rolex Explorer. I think it's got to be the Explorer. I think I'm gonna do a video saying, okay, this is what's gonna get mass amount of clicks. I'm going to do a video saying, should I buy the Explorer? Is the Explorer the best? Should I dump my Patek and get it for the Explorer? Why the Patek? Why the Explorer? And why the Chuda? The Chuda, what do you call Pelagos? I don't know, whatever. Black. I don't even know what these watches are. These. I'm going to say why that is the ultimate watch, and that is going to get. And I think that's going to be it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna I had an epiphany. I'm sorry, guys. Listen, it's hard out there. Again, this channel costs millions of dollars to run, and we gotta pay the bills. We gotta pay the bills. We're gonna pivot. We're gonna pivot to not even Rolex. We're not gonna do Rolex. We're gonna pivot to Chomo watches. We're gonna do Tudor. We're going to do and also Chinese watches, those Chinese seagull, flock of seagulls, whatever, we're going to do the whole, that's what we're going to do here. That is the future. I've seen the future. Seiko, Panerai, you got it. Panerai, Seiko. Greatest hits. That's the future. That is where we're going on this channel. Unbelievable, but true. That's it. All right, gentlemen. I realize what I have to do. This is, we're gonna have to get a new sponsor because the Emir Al Thani of Qatar, he wanted us to talk about only the high end stuff, but maybe we'll get money from the peasants. We'll get those peasant donations, and the money will start rolling in. All right, gentlemen. We're gonna thank our show sponsor, Baron Von Noob, who's been with our channel for 12 months. That's right, 12 months. 12 months. This is why this guy now is his collection is soaring to new heights. Women are throwing themselves at him. Okay, Elizabeth Hurley. Okay, Elizabeth Hurley. Hang on a second. I'm going to show you. Hang on a second. I'm going to show you. I'm going to Google it. I'm going to Google it for you so that you know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here we go. Okay, so look at this. This is from the 90s. These are images. This is Hugh Grant. This was, you know what? I tell you something. I remember Elizabeth Hurley was really hot. I remember she was really hot. In these pictures, she may not be that hot. I think it could be. I think maybe I was younger. I don't know. Maybe she had. I don't know. She's. When you look at her now, you see some of these older pictures. She's. Listen. Let me tell you something. She's probably a total freak. Okay, I guarantee you, Elizabeth Hurley is a total freak. Okay, I heard. Well, actually, one of the barons, somebody on our channel, said that she in London back in the day, back in the early 90s before she met Hugh Grant, she was a real hooah. No, she was not a prop. Well, maybe, who knows? But she was banging all these punk rock guys who didn't bathe, nasty, dirty. These musicians are all dirty and nasty. Oh shit, what's going on with my thing here? Oh man, I got to get a new Mac. Look at this. Is this my screen share dropped? Oh, here we go. So she's nasty. She's a nasty hooah, and but she's probably a freak in bed. I can guarantee you this. Now she's banging some guy with tattoos, some musician. Was it? I think is it Miley Cyrus's dad? Okay, so this was her. Oh, and this beautiful black lady, that was Divine. Actually, in this picture, Divine Brown is not that bad. I remember her being kind of ugly. She's not that bad. But that was her when she was arrested because Hugh Grant picked her up for, doing prostitution on the Sunset Strip. Look at that. By the way, Miley Cyrus was kind of a freak also. I think the problem with this Miley Cyrus, she got all the tattoos. She looks very rough now. This Miley Cyrus was kind of hot, when she was, barely legal. I don't know if I can say that, but she was kind of hot when, when she was 18, 19, before she got all the tattoos, and her voice has got all, probably from drugs. She was definitely doing a lot of drugs. I think that's what happens. Elizabeth Hurley. Yeah. I don't think Watch Nicholas. I don't know. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Elizabeth Hurley sends this guy some money, because he gets all these cougars. By the way, Elizabeth Hurley, she's definitely a hooah. She's 100% a hoo-ha. She was dating this guy named Teddy Forstman, who was a billionaire. Teddy Forstman, back in the 90s, he made a lot of money with leveraged buyouts. He was like the original LBO guy in the 80s, Teddy Forstmann. He was the guy that he turned Gulfstream. That's right, Gulfstream Aviation. That was his big win. Guy was a multi-billionaire back when $1 billion was real money. Back in the 90s, being a billionaire meant something. Today, everybody's a billionaire, But this guy was dating Elizabeth. I think he may have been married to her. He was basically living with her. Okay, that was his girlfriend. Okay, imagine this. She's dating this guy, Teddy Forstmann. And Teddy Forstmann was actually a good-looking guy, good-looking older guy. Hang on a second. Let me pull this up. I'm going to show you a picture of Ted Forstmann. Okay, let me see if this comes up. I'm going to Google it. Billionaire, brief but notable relationship. Okay, this is Teddy Forstmann. Hang on, Teddy Forstmann. Okay, that's Teddy. That was her boyfriend, Teddy Forstmann. Good-looking guy, no? I mean, I'm no homo, but Teddy Forstmann was a good-looking older guy, right? In the 60s, he was in good health. Multi-billionaire, and she ended up cheating on him. Okay, she got pregnant. Okay, she got knocked up by. Okay, she's with this guy, Teddy Forstmann, who's a billionaire. And then she gets knocked up by this guy, Steve Bing. Okay, Steve Bing. This guy, Steve Bing, who's also a billionaire, okay, or his family, very wealthy family. Okay, she gets knocked up by Steve Bing. Now, here's what's really sick, right? Teddy Forstmann is such a simp. That he left in his will. I think he gave her like a bunch of money. Teddy Forstmann left her a bunch of money, and he paid for the kid. He paid for the kid, even though he knew it was not his, because she told him it was his. Okay, so Ted Forstmann got cucked by this cum dumpster. Okay, Elizabeth Hurley, this cum dumpster. Okay, and you know what happened? This is really sad. This guy Stephen Bing gave all his money to oh, this is weird. Wait, this is the son. By the way, this is the son. Okay, this is the son, Elizabeth Hurley's son, with exactly. Ask Juanita. I bet this Juanita in Miami, Opus and Tom. He better get one of those DNA checks, because I think he's a cornudo. Juanita. The Juanita's kids are probably from some guy named Leroy or Jamal or Trayvon. You know what I'm saying, right? You should get a DNA check. But this is her son. This guy looks. He looks like a girl here. Look at it. I think this guy's a model. This is Elizabeth Hurley's son with this guy, Stephen Bing. He kind of looks like Elizabeth Hurley. With the hair. Holy shit, I just realized something. This is sick. This guy is doing that whole, what do you call this? The whole cross-dressing? I don't even know what to call it. That thing that they do in England where they wear women's clothes with, look at this. He's got a necklace, women. Who's that guy? Harry Styles, I think, was doing this, which is very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. And this guy's this guy's a good-looking kid. He's a little bit feminine, but this is like a pretty boy. Look at this. This guy. You know how much pussy this guy can get? This her son. I don't know which way, but the thing is, I don't know. They're English, so I don't know which way he swings. I really don't know. But here's what happened: Stephen Bing. Stephen Bing was also a simp, so he gave her money. Okay, so Elizabeth Hurley, she got money from Teddy Forstmann, maybe $100 million. She got millions of dollars from this guy, Bing. Okay, and then Stephen Bing. He donated a lot of money to what's his name, to Bill Clinton and all these Democrats, like literally maybe $1 billion. He went broke. And you know what happened? He jumped out of a window in L.A. Literally, Stephen Bing had a beautiful house in what do you call it, in Bel Air. He was a billionaire. He was literally a billionaire. His family was very wealthy. They built actually all these beautiful buildings in Manhattan. It's the Bing family was a developer in the 20s or 30s. Bing and Bing, I think it was something like that. They did all these beautiful buildings, and he got all the money, and he jumped out of a window. So anyway, he lost his house in Bel Air, and he was living in a very in a rental apartment. I mean, an expense. It was like 10 grand a month or something. And during COVID, I don't know if he was depressed or something, but she dumped him. Okay, Elizabeth Hurley like basically milked him for all his money and dumped him. And this guy was so depressed he jumped out of a window. Can you imagine that? I mean, that is sad. I mean, this guy, Stephen Bing. Okay, look at this guy. This guy was on top of the world. I mean, by the way, Stephen Bing, before Elizabeth Hurley, you Google this guy. He was like a movie producer or something. He was banging every model, every actress. I mean, this guy was like, he was banging. This is him with Sharon. This is Stephen Bing with Sharon Stone. Okay, Stephen Bing with Sharon Stone. He was banging every, like he was only tens. Look, this must be a long time ago. Look at this. He's wearing like this Armani suit. This is like a very, very 80s Armani. This must be a long time ago. Look at this. Sharon Stone. This must be like 1990 or something. This is like when Sharon Stone was hot, like Basic Instinct era. 55 years old. Wow. The guy looked good for 55, though. I mean, this was him when he was 55. Not bad. Good shape. Look at this. Good DNA. Anyway, so this is Elizabeth Hurley. She's been run through. She's a dirty whore. Okay, look at this. And then she's like crying or whatever. She's a skank whore. And she basically cucked all these guys, took all their money. And now she's basically, I don't know, who's she banging? Like, I think it's Miley Cyrus's father, who's like, I don't know, some trailer trash. She really is a piece of trash. She really is. I wonder how much money she got from these guys. She must have gotten real money. Okay. So this is her now. She's not, I mean, she's like a cougar. She's basically like, basically this is like a Watch Nicholas target audience, the cougar, that kind of cougar audience. I don't think she looks that good in person now. I mean, her son is better looking than her. Look at this. This is, by the way, this is what Juanita Opus and Time, that's what he's into. Juanita, this is what he likes. Juanita, have you noticed this Juanita in his videos? He always talk about like, a lot of sodomy. This Juanita's always talking about banging guys and rimming. He used to talk about rimming guys. No, seriously, he's got a lot of this homo talk. He's projecting. This Juanita is doing a lot of projections. I'm willing to bet she must have gotten. I bet she cleaned these guys out for minimum 50 million. Minimum 50 million over a number of years. Bare minimum. Because she probably told him, hey, look, I'm a supermodel, I'm a whatever, I'm an actress. You want to be with me, you got to support my lifestyle. How much did she get? Let me see. How much did she get from Forsman? Teddy Forsman. Let me see if I can Google it. did not inherit the estate of Teddy Forstmann. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. So her son, there's Damien. This is Damien. Damien was initially ruled a beneficiary of a trust established by his grandfather, Dr. Peter Bing, worth approximately 725 million pounds. Okay, pounds. That's $1 billion. So she basically cucked this guy for $1 billion, but this guy Peter Bing was Stephen Bing's father, and he look at this. They got burned. This whore got burned. The ruling was overturned on appeal. The court excluded Damien and his half-sister, his bastard sister, because they were born out of wedlock, effectively disinheriting them from the family trust. Elizabeth Hurley has been vocal about this callous decision, stating that Stephen Bing died believing his children would be provided for. Oh, look, she's doing this whole sob story. Interview prompting Elizabeth joked about her own real, suggesting she might go out on empty by spending all her money rather than leaving it in her. Yeah. Look at this. Wow. No, she definitely got money from. I think she got money from Ted Forstmann. Yeah, she got money from Teddy Forstmann. Millions of dollars. Okay, believe me, that little gutter snipe, got millions. When he talked about dealers taking the back door, 100%. Listen, I'm telling you. Listen, Baron Van Noob, you don't know these Puerto Ricans because you don't have any Puerto Ricans in the Netherlands. But I know these Puerto Ricans. I mean, I grew up around these people. And I'm telling you, this is not a joke. They're all into incest and transvestitism, all sorts of sexual deviation. It's because it's an island. It's called La Isla de la Cucaracha. Okay, that's why the Puerto Rican women they say papi, ay papi, because they're thinking of their father when you're banging them. It's a whole thing. It reminds them of it's a whole incest. There's a lot of incest. And there's a lot of transvestitism and homosexuality, bestiality. There's a lot of chicken fucking. No, literally. You ever heard of this? Yeah, you Google it. Larry Flint, famous publisher Larry Flint, admitted to having sex with a chicken back when he was a young man living in Kentucky. He was a hillbilly. In Kentucky. And let me tell you something. Puerto Rico is the same thing. Puerto Rico, very similar, especially back in the day. Today they're a little bit more advanced, but back in the day, back in the 90s, Juanita grew up, having sex with chickens. For sure. I guarantee Juanita had intimate relations with a chicken. Listen, we don't want them. We don't want these, the La Isla del Cucaracha y Basura. Okay, I mean, they're sneaking over the border. I mean, all they do is steal hubcaps. I mean, the laziest people, they're always scamming the system for welfare, of all the Caribbean islands, because you got to understand the Caribbean, right? Let me tell you, because I've my experience with all the Caribbean people, okay? The Puerto Ricans are the laziest. They're good for nothing. The Cubans, are actually like, they work, right? I'm talking about the ones who come in America, right? They work, but they're like, they're all like retarded or something. I don't know. The ones who actually are the hardest working are the Jamaicans, Jamaica, okay? The blacks from Jamaica, Barbados, those islands, and also the Dominicans, okay? Those people all are actually productive people. Also the Haitians. The only thing with the Haitians, you got to watch out, because the Haitians, they're into voodoo, and no, I'm not kidding. Okay, they're into a lot of weird stuff, and they will eat your pets. Trump was not kidding. They will eat your dogs and cats. If they see your dogs and cats, they will eat them. They will barbecue them. Yeah, that's a big thing. They like to eat dogs and cats in Haiti. You Google it. By the way, Haiti, they had some very talented artists. They had some very talented artists back in the day. Very talented artists back in the 60s. There was a whole movement. Unfortunately, it kind of, because the economy went nowhere, so, kind of fell apart. But yeah, Haiti had some good artists. Yeah, interesting place. I've never been there. I would never go there. But, back in the day, it was like, it was a tourist destination, actually, Haiti. I think Juanita's wife's boyfriends are all from Haiti. In Miami, a lot of Haitians. Yeah, all the valets are Haitians in Miami. Yeah, so Juanita, when Juanita's wife, brings her at least BMW to the mall, she valets it. That's where she met her boyfriend, Trayvon, the valet at what do you call it, Bal Harbor Mall. No. She probably went to the one in Miami, the one downtown. What is it called? The Americas Mall or some bullshit like that. I don't know. Anyway, that's what's going on. All right, gentlemen, we've done enough. I think we've done enough here. Bringing you the truth. Teddy Forstmann. Okay, by the way, this is Teddy Forstmann. Let's just give a quick homage to Teddy Forstmann, who was a great man, actually. Teddy Forstmann was really a great man. You Google Teddy Forstmann. Yeah, he was a big philanthropist. He was a simp. He really was a simp. That's the problem. Teddy Forstmann was really a big simp. But here's the thing. Maybe he's a smart guy. Teddy Forstmann could be the smart guy. He might have been the genius, because think about it. The guy's a billionaire, right? Hang on a second. Hang on. Let me bring up Teddy Forstmann on the screen. Let's pay homage to Teddy Forstmann. Teddy Forstmann. Oh, look at that. That's on top of the world. That's in his office. I think his office was at the GM building, the old GM building, which is like the most expensive office building in New York at the time. Well, why am I getting this? That was like the most expensive building. $100 a square foot back then for rent. So this is Teddy Forstmann on top of the world. And think about it. If you're a billionaire, right? You're a billionaire. I mean, what are you going to do with all your money? I mean, why not? Why not pay this gutter snipe $50 million? Because he actually got a lot of good press from that. This guy's not stupid, because that was like a big thing. He was dating Elizabeth Hurley. That she was like a trophy. That was like a trophy girlfriend. He was 71. He died at 71. Wow. He was 71, and Elizabeth Hurley was probably what? 30. Oh, here we go. He was often seen with celebrities, and he was never married. The two named Elizabeth Hurley and Padma Lakshmi. Oh, that's right, Padma Lakshmi. Padma Lakshmi was hot. Anybody remember Padma Lakshmi? She was actually kind of hot. You know who was dating? I think might have been married to Padma Lakshmi. That author, the Indian guy. What's his name? The guy who the Iranians were trying to kill. The author, the Indian author. The shop. No, what do you call it? The Ayatollah put out a fatwa. What's his name? Anyway, the funny thing is, I was in a framing shop, I don't know, some years back. I'm in a framing shop, like in the middle of, it's in Manhattan, right? And who walks in? who walks in? This guy, the Indian guy, the author. I made a joke. I said, hey, it's like, I think I made a joke, something like I said, I think I said something like boom. Yeah, but that was the thing. Everybody was worried about it, having this guy around, because you may have a suicide bomber, come and blow a place up. Because this guy, I mean, he was getting hot women. That guy, the author, he was a funny looking guy. He was not a good looking guy, but he's a good talker. He's a good talker, because he had some top shelf beaver, this guy. What's his name? I forgot. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, gentlemen, that's it. We're going to thank our show sponsors, Baron Von Noob, who has helped keep this channel going, and also the Emir Al-Thani of Qatar and the Qatar Sovereign Wealth Fund for their generous contribution of $20 million to help us, in the month of January.